Jen Psaki gets asked specifically about the conscience rights of doctors. Understand rules are different than laws. Take a listen.
Will President Biden keep the Conscience and Religious Freedom Division at HHS, the office that was put in place under President Trump, will keep it in place to receive conscience complaints from those doctors?
You'll have to talk to a future Secretary Becerra once he is confirmed.
So that won't even be a question you can answer before he's confirmed. Now, this is another one. It's right on the line, confirmation. He's not going to keep it. He's not going to keep that office. He doesn't care about conscience protections. He doesn't care about the little sisters of the poor. He doesn't care about, he sued the Trump administration over exempting the little sisters of the poor.
Right.
What he did as a state leader or attorney general. Not only that, we're in the middle of a pandemic and he has no healthcare experience. He's worked at a pharmaceutical company. He's not a doctor, not at all. He is a radical leftist.
Why do we know Xavier Becerra? Why is he being nominated for this? It's because he's waged culture wars. That is who he is. That's what he's done. He has a nasty track record of targeting the First Amendment. And he, in the confirmation hearings last week, I tried to ask the guy 5 different times what the Little Sisters of the Poor did wrong. And he literally answered the question 5 times with nothing but bureaucratic runaround stuff.
So we've had 180,880 signatures to stop the nomination of Mr. Becerra. And I want to go right to Than Bennett, our Director of Governmental Affairs, and find out exactly where it is. Now, we know, Than, that it has cleared committee, right? So it's gotten out of the committee. Where is it now in process?
Well, first of all, on process, Jay, it cleared committee, but it cleared, as Jordan mentioned, by a tie vote. 14 Democrats voted to report him out of committee. All 14 Republicans, by the way, including some very nominally pro-life Republicans, voted to oppose him. And here's why, Jay. If you showed Xavier Becerra's resume to just about any Democrat voter in the country, they would conclusively tell you that he is not qualified to lead the Department of Health and Human Services in a time of pandemic. He's got no medical experience. Why in the world would you pick that nominee? But here's the answer, Jay. He was picked to be the Secretary of HHS for all of the reasons that you and Jordan are talking about, because he is sold out and dedicated to a radical view on abortion and life. So Democrats in Washington, D.C. are afraid to oppose him. But here's where I would hearken back to what Jordan talked about. The nomination of Neera Tanden to the Office of Management and Budget. She had to be withdrawn because Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema were not likely to support her, and she was not going to pick up a single Republican vote. Jay, we are on the cusp of that being the same situation for Xavier Becerra. His nomination, Jay, literally hangs by a single vote in the United States Senate.
Becerra has aimed his fire at any political organization that opposes the left. So the radicals have an agenda, and the agenda is grounded in one thing that Nietzsche pointed out. It's all about the pursuit of unlimited power, and the pursuit of unlimited power is incompatible with a constitutional democracy.
I'm holding in my hand, this is just a sample of briefs that we have filed against Xavier Becerra at the Supreme Court of the United States. And there's a new one that I'm not holding up right now, which is because I'm reading from it, and that's this one. The cancel culture brief. So this tells you what we're dealing with, but Than, how do you think it plays out? I mean, I know it's very close.
Yeah, well, he's been reported out of committee on that tie vote. He's going to be voted on the floor of the Senate very soon, Jay. I think probably middle of next week. That's why Jordan's preparing to send a letter to every Senate office opposing his nomination. And look, I mean, he might be a natural fit for some other job where a career politician is the qualifications you need, but he just doesn't have the public health experience. And I thought the sound that you played from the senator was very telling here. Jay, this is why he was picked, because they want to engage culture wars.
Than, I understand all that. But I think for our audience to know, it's going to be a really close vote in the United States Senate. How do you think it goes, or is it too early to tell?
It's razor close, Jay. He's going to get somewhere between 48 and 52 votes to be confirmed, and he needs 50 plus a tie-breaking vote from the vice president. So, look,
are there any Republicans likely to vote for him?
You do have to pay attention to Murkowski and Collins. I do not think, Jay, that they are going to support his nomination, but we have not heard conclusively, so I do not want to write them off.
And what about Sinema? I'm not trying to cross-examine you here, but what about Sinema and Manchin?
Yep. You've nailed the 4, Jay. Those are the 4 we don't know. I expect the other 96 will be 48 to 48. Those 4 votes, Jay, they'll determine whether or not he's the next secretary.